Hey everybody, so look on the screen. Man has his vehicle for DoorDash, his employment. Look up. Vehicle is gone, it's stolen. I'm just amazed. Look at this. So here's the vehicle that was stolen. The young man's car that was stolen. Then they hit this car, was spun around. Then a building hits the building come crashing down, and this person didn't make it. But the Dusty is still alive. Child, I thought the one in the black car was going to be dead. The Dusty did not die. My father used to say, Negroes will make you spend money. And this is exactly what I believe is a good example. Then you wonder why insurance is high all around. If there's high car theft, you think you're not going to get a favorable rate. And you look at this. It looks like a town to me that's like a ghost town, but as you can see, people are living there. There are cars there. This is Baltimore. I believe Baltimore is the same place where they are closing down the libraries and allocating the funds elsewhere. I believe Baltimore is one of the places I am sure that I've seen, based on news media reports. Many of them can't even read at a proficient grading level. I've seen reports where we have 16 and 17-year-olds in high school, about to graduate, reading on first grade level. See, the teens that run the streets, they become the adults that run the streets, and then they have a whole lot of crimes going on, just destroying the community. That's why, as hard and as difficult and as uncertainty, the challenges of life just to make it, I don't understand why a woman, if you are barely making it yourself, you can't leave it to the men, okay? Because we already know the men don't think. As a collective, dust buckets, that's why they're dusty. They don't think, educated or not. They don't think and they don't provide. I don't understand, as challenging as it can be for even people that have resources, things can happen. I don't understand why women are still giving birth with these men. I can't comprehend it. No offense, it didn't work for your mother. It's not going to work for you either, boo. It's not. Dusty's been drama, death, headache, and trauma. The financial implications is too much dust in the nation. So a person loses their life, but the dust is all right. Now his vehicle is totaled, of course. But yo, check this out. So now the man works for DoorDash. Those, I believe, those are kind of jobs on delivery. They're not like a W-2. I think they're 1099 last I heard. So I guess he'll get a rental car. But guess what? Now he's back at that dealership. Hope you have good credit. Now come up with a down payment. This vehicle's sold out. What if money was still owed on it? Hope you have gap insurance. And many people don't. And that's when they find out, when it's like, wow, when you really, that's when they find out, okay, the financial picture, hey, there's a problem. There's a serious problem here. You still own this vehicle. So what they may do is roll it into the new car note. So now, besides the down payment, hopefully he can sign and drive. But besides the down payment, the new vehicle, the new car note, they're going to roll in the balance that you had on the vehicle that was stolen. All because some hoodlum, the seed of poverty D, decided to steal the vehicle and go joyriding, you see. So now you're in a new vehicle that you need for transportation in order to survive. Now you still paying for a vehicle that's been totaled out because it's been added into the new car note. And then you wonder why some people sitting up here, how are you paying You paying $700 for a Toyota Camry? How you pay $800 a month for that Subaru vehicle? Plus the insurance. And this is why a lot of people don't care about a lot of people who are at the bottom financially. As I said before that video, the lady's like, you don't think, Goldman Sachs are investing in people, women in particular, for business reason, education. What about people's rent? Sweetie, they already know that a lot of that, not all, but the majority of that is caused by a lot of women who decide to carry the seed of poverty D. And you might can make it for a while. It just takes one little hiccup in anybody's life, let alone yours, and you have multiple children, the men are not going to be there. So that right there, sometimes your personal life is highly indicative of your business life as to how you handle a business. Your personal life can reflect that. So if you're a woman that consistently has not child, but you got children by the seed of poverty D, you don't have any business acumen. You don't have any business sense. You're running into the ground. You don't have good financial sense. They can tell by your personal life. So no one's going to throw money down the drain. It's like flushing money down the toilet. The decisions that you make in your personal life, that shows the decisions you make in your business life. Life is business. Understand? Life is business. And the sad thing is, that's why I used to really sympathize with women, single mothers, and the kid gets in trouble. And the older I've gotten, I don't anymore, because I know that she chose, more than likely, she chose that kind of man. She chose that kind of man. Some of them like those thugged out dudes. And that's what they raise. Poverty D, poverty P get together, they create a tragedy and release it on the community. Good luck to you and me. They had a report of a woman. She's got 6 kids facing eviction. Child, no offense. She'll have to work it out. Would I help? No. First of all, I'm already helping when I pay my taxes. So I'm doing my part, sweetheart. Would I give any extra? No. I've seen the day I'd be like, oh my gosh, what's going to happen to her? Oh no, those days I'm done. Why would you have 6 kids? Fatherless homes. You know the men are not going to be there, but you're going to just keep on and keep on. Fatherless homes. Who raised this? That stole a man's car. Look at all of the drama. Who raised this that stole the man's car? Somebody did. Let's go back further. Who put it here? Last I checked, and I could be wrong, I can stand for some correction, more than likely a male and a female. Where's the father at? You're supposed to be a man. Why don't you man up and raise your children? Wouldn't be surprised that the father is a criminal too. And that's why when when I heard these things like, oh, buy the block, buy the block. Yeah, good luck with that. I wouldn't advise anybody to buy the block unless you have a lot of money. You're going to revitalize it. And if you are a Black person, either put somebody else out front. You might get kidnapped buying the block. That's the one that bought the block. Next thing you know, you done got snatched up. I've seen videos, people try to guilt people for making money and leaving the hood. Are you crazy? It's always up to no good. And it's not going to get any better, especially for places like Baltimore, because again, you have a high percentage of kids that can't even read. So what do you think is going to happen? An educated society is a dangerous society. Guess what? A dumb society is easily controlled. Because they're limited as to where they're going to go. An educated society is very dangerous because why? They've got some resources and they can think for themselves and make a decision. You're not going to pull it. You're not going to say, hey, vote for me and do this. Okay, you're not going to do that. Vote for me and do this. Well, that's what they said, and I'm depending on them for my living. And you just go and do it. Why? Because you don't have really, you're looking for them for your survival. So you're going to go along with the plan. That's understandable. Educated society, they have resources. They want to know what's in it for them. They're not dependent upon you for the voucher. That's why I think a lot of our people go for Democrats. That's what they've been told to do. And some of the programs that they utilize. So in an educated society, they're going to have more resources. They can make their own decisions. They've got the time and the energy to do that. An uneducated society is one that is easily controlled because you don't have resources. You're only going to go so far, see? A meager existence or commit crimes like this here and basically go to jail. So when you are illiterate, you can be a functioning illiterate, know how to take a bath, wash your behind, put some clothes on, and maybe do a few things in society, but you really can't read. You're not going to go too far. You're going to either have a meager existence or exist, in jail, commit crimes. You are easily controlled because guess what? You're not too bright. You can't even read. If you can't really read, how are you going to comprehend and be able to think and analyze? So it's money in dumbing people down, keeping them down. Oh, it's money. And why? You can't control them. You can make money off of them. They're going to look carrot and they'll do whatever you tell them to do. You can set up programs that, I'm going to help them. You can make a living off of them. It's real easy. You can invest in the prison industry and make money. Why? You know that's where they're going to go. And that's what I see when I see issues like this here. When I see cities like Baltimore, parents, my kid can't read. No kidding. And you realize this when he was in the 4th grade. Wow. Mama, what you been doing? Where's the daddy at? Fatherless homes. You just start realizing this? And you want to get on the news? So what's going to happen? He can't function in society. He's going to want something. There's no discipline, dysfunction. So that's how they grow up, become men, and they just commit these crimes and just wreak havoc on everybody. And then you can be a black person that's going to work like this man here. That's what he uses for DoorDash. That car is his transportation. That's his living. And then this is how you just pull down. Why? Because you're around the seed of poverty D. So when I say the seed of poverty D, they bring havoc on the community, and it affects you and me. He's been affected by it. He's obviously working. Now look, losing money, got to deal with the insurance claim. Go rent a car. You think people on DoorDash make a lot of money? Some of them do. I've heard some do. I don't know. It just depends. Making you spend more money just being in proximity. So you wonder why people get successful? I sure as heck would run. There's no way in the world. If I were wealthy and I was in the hood, I would stay there. To do what? And it's an everyday occurrence. And guess what? It's not going to get better. It's going to get worse. So you got family visiting, nice vehicle. If you have more than one, I would say if it's in the hood, drive the worst car you have. The life you save might be your own. I'm going to park my vehicle outside and go see grandmama and all that. That's the only vehicle you have? Good luck. His was locked. If you have, I'm serious, more than one vehicle, maybe you kept one that's paid for. And in these economic times, real quick, I would tell anybody, if you have a vehicle that is paid for, do not be so quick. Well, I'm going to go get me a new one. What for? Why? I'm going to go get me a new vehicle. What for, sweetheart? If you're going to get a new vehicle, always keep the one that's paid for. I've done it. I bought a new vehicle and still got that one. In case something happens, it could be inclement weather, then drive the older vehicle. Yeah, drive the older vehicle in case something happens. I've seen people really quick go trade a vehicle and it's paid for them. Like, you know what you could do? What I did in the past, I kept the older vehicle and then I kept driving it. One while I had an 8-year-old vehicle. Sure did. That vehicle was 8 years old, honey. It was paid off in full. And what I did, I just kept saving that card note myself. You can set up another account or you can just take it out the ATM machine, whatever you're going to do. That card note you were paying, pay it into a separate account and watch that money grow. Keep on driving that vehicle. Right there. The check is paid off. Whatever you were paying for that car note, you have the same income. Try to see what happened. Write that check and have it put. You can write it to yourself and put it into a different account. And then when you start seeing what that check can do, that may change your mind about finances. Because you realize, let's say you're paying $500 a month. 500 times 12 is $6,000. So if you can have that kind of discipline, the car is paid for, that's $6,000. On top of your regular savings, you might see things differently. Don't worry about trying to floss. You might see things differently. Uh-oh, the other car's been in an accident or been stolen. You may have rental. Guess what? After the rental is in, you don't necessarily have to go back and get another vehicle. See, we worried about what people think. A lot of things are for show. Don't live your life for show. Because many people, I've seen people driving a Benz on a bus stop. Why? Because they came and picked up the Benz. And that was the only car they had. They lost that good job. It happens. It happens. So yeah, the seed of poverty D. This is how it's just so hard in the community. And look what's happened. Look what's happened. All because the seed of poverty D decides to steal a man's car, hit somebody else, someone's lose their life, other family has to realize they've lost a loved one. I'm just surprised that the Dusty, the seed of poverty D, is the one that's still alive. A shocker. The dust bucket survived. Anyway, let me know what you all think. Things like this here are going to be more common. Sad to say, more common. So, Simply Said here on YouTube. Feel free to comment, like, subscribe, and share. Subscribe and share, and I'm out.